please have this person lead your party through the line. Safaris, we go wild.
Aggravated by this adventure, expected policy should not lie. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands.
And watch hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors are sliding closed. Asante Sana Warden. As we say here in Harambe, Twin Day, and that means let's go. Now, for your safety, please remain seated and keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times for me today. Hold on to your valuables nice and tight because if it falls, the best we can do is look at it together and we can buy as one big happy family, so I cannot start to retrieve any lost items. You see, there's real life animals out here, and I'm about to play chicken with a rhino trying to grab a cell phone, plus the warden simply will not allow it. Now, we're about to go on a 2-week journey out here. Are y'all ready for a 2-week journey? Well, I have some good news for y'all. It's going to go by in roughly 20 minutes. Now, before we head out, there's anyone riding the safari for their first time today? Is anyone's first ever safari? Well, we gotta come out of y'all. I have some better news for y'all. It's my first time, so we have to see how this goes. I'm just kidding. I lost count after lap 2. Once the warden gives us our light over here, we're gonna get underway and go have some fun. All right, let's go have some fun. Now, while we're out here, just remember, folks, that you are not Pocahontas. This is not the live-action Lion King. So make sure we don't call to the animals. I can promise you, they are not talking back to us. Now, we're going to start off here in the Little Yachiri Forest, and the keyword here is forest. Look around, you'll see a lot of dense vegetation. The animals use that as a camouflage with their surroundings. Which on the right side, we're going to start off with the okapi. Now, you might think with the party pants that they wear that they're related to the zebra back there. Do not let the stripes fool you. That is the only living relative of the giraffe. They are very shy animals, and it took until 1901 for Western civilization to discover them in Africa. Now, on the right in the bush over here, that is the backside of a bongo. They are known as the ghosts of the forest, and they spend most of the day hiding among the brush like that, baiting predators. They are the largest forest-dwelling antelope. Also, on the left over here are some greater kudu. Now, these are female kudu, as only the males have horns, the females do not. Females weigh upwards of 460 pounds, and a male's horns go to be 75 inches long. Also, way off on the left over there, that is a black rhino. Now, they're going to weigh up to 3,000 pounds, and also one over on the left. And the rhino in general can charge up to 35 miles an hour. Rhinos are poached very heavily for that keratin horn you'll find on their foreheads, so unfortunately it's only about 5,000 of these guys left in the entire world. Keratin is the same material as your fingernails. Now, the black rhino likes to live a more solitary lifestyle, not in a group social setting, which really sounds like a good idea nowadays. We've had some pretty decent luck so far. Let's go deeper into the forest and go check out the Soft River. Actually, over here on the left, that is actually a saddle-bill stork. They reach a height of about 5 feet tall, the wingspan wider than a canopy of every head, about 10 feet wide. They get their name from that yellow on their beaks, which look like a saddle. Alright, now let's head up over this way towards the Soft River. The Soft River is the perfect spot to go spotting some hungry Nile hippos. Now let's see if we can find any of these hippos, see if we keep most of those marbles on us. That is, if you have any left in this point in the day. Now hippos weigh upwards of 5,500 pounds. They will spend most of their day in the water, and they can stay submerged up to 30 minutes at a time to do surface for air. But then the water and on land, they reach speeds of over 30 miles an hour. I do see a couple to the back right. Just remember to remain seated in case you can't see them. They remind me of a bunch of little baked potatoes floating around down there. You might think something else. I'm just thinking about food. Speaking of food, they eat up to 85 tons of it a day. Also on the right up here are some pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from that pink marking you find on their backs, which does get darker during the mating season. They'll nest in pairs of up to 500 at once, making them the largest colonial nesters in all of Africa. Now, if we find a group of hippos together, that is going to be known as a bloat. Hippos don't really swim through the water, though. They more push and run and glide against the bottom. Hippos are also very territorial animals. That is not an animal I would want to mess with. It goes just as well as messing with your in-laws. That never ends well, folks. Down by the waterfall, I do see a small bloat of hippos over there. Just remember to remain seated back there, folks. And also down to our left is a pit full of Nile crocodiles. They reach a length on average of about 18 to 20 feet long, and their jaws are powerful enough they can crush the bones of their prey with ease. Now, they'll sit on the riverbanks with their mouths opened up. That helps them regulate their body temperatures. They don't sweat glands like we do. Their size is not determined by their age, but by how much they eat. The more that they eat, the bigger they grow in time. You can tell them apart from an alligator because a crocodile snout has a V shape to it. The alligator snout is more of a U shape. You can also tell them apart by one is going to see you in a while and the other one's going to try to see you later. Never smile at the crocodile, folks. As we begin to head out of the forest, coming up on our right side, you're going to see this upside down looking tree. This is the baobab tree. It has the nickname the Tree of Life, and they remain leafless like this up to 9 months out of the year, and they can't store water in their trunks or chumps out during those seasons of drought. The baobab tree reaches to the thousands of years old. Might notice the holes on that tree. That is because animals can use their trunks and tusks to pierce the bark to get to the water inside during a drought. Alright, we're going to cross into the highlight of our tour here today, the savannah. The savannah is part of the Serengeti Plain system, and it stretches for thousands of miles across the continent of Africa. It also acts as a migration highway for millions of animals every single year. Let's see what we can go find on this very beautiful Wednesday almost afternoon. Plenty of sunshine to go around. Which way off on the right over here moving around, those are going to be some Ankole cattle way off in the distance. They are nicknamed Watusi cattle based on the tribe that first domesticated them. Now, those horns on their head are lightweight and hollow with the honeycomb structure on the inside that blood flow suit that regulate their body temperature. They are a status symbol, so the more that you own, the wealthier you are perceived. They are not sold for meat. And folks, they do go moo like other cows. In fact, I heard they really prefer going to the movies. Don't worry, we're going to drive by them in just a moment or two. But first, on the left, if you look inside of the Cave of Wonders, you're going to find the most successful hunters in Africa. Those are African painted dogs. They have an 80% success rate as they hunt as a pack instead of on their own. Each pack is led by both an alpha male and an alpha female. What they do is they will chase their prey to exhaustion. No two dogs have the same fur coat pattern, so it makes them more identifiable. They don't really bark, they make more of a clicking sound. They are heavily endangered. Now, they look cute and cuddly, but I promise you folks, those are not the dogs you'd want to take back home. Just remember to remain seated, please. I do need everyone to remain seated during the entire time today. This is just for your safety. Now, laying down to the left over there, those are sable antelope. They are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and they'll congregate groups up to 15 on average and weigh upwards of 500 pounds. Also up ahead on the left, we're going to be passing by a termite mound, and it is made up of dung, dirt, and saliva. And out here in the sun, it will become as hard as concrete. For taller animals, a beak is a great scratching post. Once they've been worn out to a base, the smaller animals like the antelope will use them as a lookout post for predators. Which we do have some Ankole cattle on the left, just moving along. Slow and steady wins the race. up on the right, you might notice those little animals that look like s'mores up ahead. Those are springbok. They're actually nicknamed the s'mores of the savannah, and they're very fast and agile animals. They reach speeds of over 50 miles an hour. They can make leaps and strides known as pronking of over 30 feet at once and jump up to 11 feet into the air. Looks like our Ankoli cattle has gotten out of our way here, so we can move along. And I do believe we have made it to Giraffe Park, because up ahead I do see Maasai giraffe. Now, giraffes are the tallest land mammals on Earth, reaching heights of 18 feet tall. Even with their long neck, they have the same number of vertebrae in their bone structure as humans, which is 7. Giraffes have 4 stomachs and a prehensile tongue that they can use to wrap around food and vegetation to pull closer towards them. It's long and flexible enough they can actually lick their eyeball and shadow the person back to next to how they're going to feel. It's going to give me a good laugh, though. A group of giraffes is also known as a tower, and they rely on more on their eyesight and hearing to look out for predators, hence why they're so tall. Now, on the right, next to that giraffe on the hill by that tree, those are wildebeest up there. They are the second most densely populated mammal behind humans and the largest herd migrators in Africa. The migrations number in the thousands. The dust stirred up from that migration can't be seen from space. Wildebeest have the nickname New based on the sound they emit. Now, a group of wildebeest like you saw on that hill is called a confusion, but that also sounds like a group of tourists as well. I know you might be thinking these giraffes do look giraffic out here today. Right behind the giraffe are the tallest and slowest of all the antelopes. Those are Patterson's eland. They reach a height of about 6 feet tall at the shoulders. They can run up to 25 miles an hour and jump up to 10 feet into the air. Now, as we head to the outskirts of the savannah, this tree that was knocked over means that we might find an elephant up ahead. Elephants are gentle giants weighing in at 14,000 pounds. They are a matriarchal society where the oldest, wisest female leads the herd. Elephants flap their ears back and forth with their dirt onto their backs to help them cool off on the warmer days. Elephants use their trunks kind of like how we use our hands. They can pitch the end of it to pick up different things such as food and objects and vegetation. Elephants can hold 5 gallons of water in their trunk, and they have 100,000 muscles in the trunk alone. They are pushed very heavily for their ivory tusk. So I do kind of see an elephant right off to the right over there. It's more like the backside of an elephant. See if we can get a better view of them. We'll try. But at one point in Africa, there was a problem with these elephants going onto farmer fields and eating crops. The farmers didn't like that, so they had to defend the crops. That never ended well for the elephant. Through conservation and research, it discovered that elephants are scared of bees. So the farmers surrounded the crops with beehives, and it'd be the perfect solution. Elephants got too scared to go past the beehives, which protected the crops for the farmer. Now that farmer does his happy dance, takes all the honey up those beehives and makes more money at the end of the day. That is the Elephants and Bees project, if you'd like to learn more about that. Well, this bridge up ahead looks like it has seen a better day or two. What do y'all think? Should we try to cross it? I love your enthusiasm back there, and folks, we don't have much of a choice. So choose your favorite loved one and hold on tight. This is Disney World after all. This might just take us to another gift shop. Now, you know, just like listening to Frozen early in the morning, I think we should just let it go. Alright, we made it across. Too bad my last group couldn't say that, but they ended up being a bunch of boneheads anyway. Now, on the right, I do spy tusk marks, which means that elephants came through here recently. Elephants will use their red clay as a source of minerals. They'll eat it. It's like how we take our vitamins. It keeps them strong and healthy. Now, when a baby elephant is born, they are known to stay with their mother up to the first 15 years of life before they venture off on their own. Comparing that to humans, that is just slightly shorter, as humans have been known to stick around that first 18 years, if not a little lot longer, to go off on their own. Now, male elephants will live a more solitary lifestyle once they reach their mature age, and they will break up for little bachelor herds as well. Now, it does appear that this elephant is hanging out near Dwayne Johnson today, and in case you can't tell, it's hanging out near the rock. Actually, they take lots of photos of the elephants out here today. They did not forget their chunks for you this time. I guess when you're an elephant, it is really entertaining to stare directly into the baobab tree over there. Or maybe that's the elephant equivalent to being put in timeout. I'm not really sure.
There's an ostrich up by the cattle guard too.
I guess if you like staring directly at the trees, you and this elephant will have a lot in common. That's okay if you do. On the right, we do have our wildebeest again and another giraffe. I know what you might be thinking back there. That giraffe looks giraffic out here today. Now, the giraffe can sleep while standing up, and they only need 40 minutes of sleep to have a full day's worth of energy. Now, if only we could do this as humans, there might be some happier people in the world, but that might just be wishful thinking now. Not only do we have the elephants over there to the left, we also have the most dangerous animal in Africa over there. That is the wild duck. They prey on popcorn and have a special taste for French fries. Alright, we're going to come circle a flamboyance of greater flamingo. These are the lightest shade of pink of all the flamingo species. When they are born, they're going to have gray feathers. Their diet will consist of mostly brine shrimp. Some of the shrimp that they eat as they mature, the darker shade of pink, their feathers turn with time. That shrimp is in the water, so they have to put their heads in the water. That's how they would search for their food. They can also sleep on one leg, and I promise you, we tried it at home, we're going to end up on America's Funniest Home Videos. As we head deeper into the savannah, I do spy some muppets up ahead, which means that we might find some rhinos out here. As rhinos love using these muppets as a way to cool off, which actually looks like we are about to be held ostrich. We'll get to the ostrich in a moment, but rhinos use these muppets as a way to cool off. They will roll around in the mud and will get themselves covered. That will act as a sunblock against the sun's UV rays. Now, ostrich are the largest flightless bird on Earth. Even though they can't fly, they can run up to 45 miles an hour. Ostrich are herbivores and eat more plants and seeds. They use their wings up to navigate right and left. They can also kick up to 5 feet from them. That kick is strong enough to knock out a male lion. Now, ostrich are related to the chicken, and the chicken is related to a T-Rex, believe it or not. It was almost like going to Jurassic Park there as we went by. And it goes for the next truck right over there to do the same thing. Well, I was an ostrich, I did the same thing. Anyway, I did hear that we have some very special visitors here today. I've heard that the cheetah girls are back in town. And it looks like we have spotted them over there to the left by that big tree. Looks like we have spotted some cheetahs. Now, cheetahs are the fastest land mammal on Earth, reaching speeds of up to 62 miles an hour. They can sprint that for a pretty short distance, but have very thin and agile bodies and achieve at high speed. Also on the right, we have a small crash of white rhinos up here. They're going to weigh up to 5,000 pounds, and these guys like to live in a group social setting. Now, you might notice they move their ears around a lot. Rhinos don't have good of eyes, but they have rather excellent hearing. So they listen to their surroundings more than they can see. They can see about 100 feet in front of them. Now, don't worry, if you couldn't see the cheetahs back there, we do have a couple more over here on the left. And I guess when you're a cheetah, it is very entertaining to stare directly at the trees. Now, what they do is they'll stick up on their prey and they lunge at the last second. They have a dark shade around their eyes, so they'll see during the day, as they're more active during the daytime as opposed to the evening hours. Alright, we're going to come circle a Kobe rock formation up ahead, and animals are going to use this rock as a lookout post for both predators and prey. Out here's a good chance you're going to see some lions, so let's keep our eyes open. You might just spot one lying around. While we are looking, lions are more nocturnal animals, so more active during the evening hours, and they sleep roughly 16 to 20 hours in a day. It is mostly the females who do the hunting and the pride. The male will mostly just stay back and protect the territory and the cubs. Now, a male's going to have a mane, and the female will not. That mane will serve a purpose. It will protect the neck after it gets into a fight. We do have another ostrich in front of us now crossing our path. We are now being held ostrich. Now, Simba in Swahili does mean lion, and they are the largest feline that can burn. I promise you one thing, folks. This is not the kitty you want sitting in your lap. We've had enough ostrich out here for a little bit. So I do see a lion just lying around up there. It does look like it is the king. If I didn't say a male has that mane and the female does not. Now, they are the largest feline that can burn. I promise you one thing, folks, that is not the kitty you want sitting in your lap. I am pretty sure he's having a dream about the day he became the king. Or about that time he got on Flight of Passage with a 5-minute wait in no lightning lane, but that might just be in his dreams. It's probably best that we do not awake a sleeping king, and it goes just as well as awakening a sleeping female. It never ends well, folks. Don't ever try it. On the right, you're going to see some eggs on the ground. Those are ostrich eggs. Those are some of the strongest eggs in the animal kingdom. Each of them weigh up to 30 pounds. Now, if you stand on top of that egg, the shell will not crack under the pressure. I call that one strong egg and an amazing omelet. Now, we're going to come swing by the warden's outpost up ahead. I'm pretty sure that warden's passed about enjoying this beautiful day on the reserve. But I do spy some Nigerian toofkos coming up ahead on this hill to the left. Now, they actually have very nutritious milk, which is safe for human consumption and is a very valuable trade in Africa. Goats are good at getting a lot of the underbrush that bigger animals can't really reach. So it just shows you every animal plays its part in maintaining a balanced ecosystem. It does look like a bunch of happy goats, though, if you ask me. Which, folks, unfortunately, it does look like our journey is starting to come to an end. But the journey never ends here, so to get you back to Harambe, you're in a great spot to go check out Gorilla Falls. I also recommend the Maharaja Jungle Trek over in Asia as well. Now, all of the animals you've seen here today, we like to get a behind the scenes look at. We care for them. Go on Disney Plus and check out the magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom. And while you're visiting us today, if you visit any of the gift shops, you can make a donation to the Disney Wildlife Conservation Fund. Disney matches your donation dollar for dollar, and that dollar goes a long way for those animals you see here today out there in the wild. And if you are a wilderness explorer, let them know that you rode aboard Simba 1. That is SIMBA1, so that way you can earn your badge. Now, if you enjoyed your safari today, give me a quick yeehaw. Yeehaw! Now, I love hearing that because I enjoy getting to do this for y'all. And I hope y'all come back and ride again here really soon, as no two safaris are ever the same. Our animals guarantee that. And remember, folks, everything you see here with your eyes today, you treasure with your hearts forever. And now is the most dangerous part of the whole journey here today. This is the return to civilization. It does seem like we have a slight traffic backup heading back into Harambe. This could be a lot worse, folks. It could be stuck at the end of It's a Small World right now, listening to a song going on over and over and over again. Now, around here, we like to say goodbye. That is far too final, but instead we'd like to say Kwaherini, which means to go well. So until our paths cross again, folks, Kwaherini, my name is Jake, and it was a pleasure to be your guide here today. And I do want to thank y'all for riding here today on the Kilimanjaro Safari. Come back and ride again here really soon. Now, if you would like to visit our animal trails, they are open until at least 6:30 this evening. If you would like to try riding the safari again and again and again, just like I do over here, we will be operating until park closing tonight at 7 p.m. Now folks, if you do get thirsty today, I do recommend heading over to any of our quick service locations and asking for a free cup of ice water. I know I just said the forbidden word at Disney World. I said free. That's right. If you go up to any quick service location, just ask that cast member, hello, I am very thirsty. I would like a free cup of ice water. They're going to, with a smile on their face, tell you, yes, we will gladly give you a cup of ice water. So make sure you do stay hydrated out there today, folks. And do be careful. I heard there have been a lot of reports of wild tourists on the loose. So do be careful in case you come in contact with one. They're usually identifiable by those little ears that they wear on their head. Usually they're going down with a churro or a Dole Whip. But just be careful in case you come in contact with one. Alright, we're making our final approach here, folks. As you think.